Hello, my crafty friends. It's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. Today we are playing with one of the items that will be retiring soon from the January to June mini catalog. This is a host set, Mischievous Mice. I absolutely love these little guys. They're so adorable. We're going to color the guy with the balloon, so let's get stamping. I've got basic gray. Usually I would do black, but I feel like we need to do gray today. Now, I'm doing a fun layout as well with this card. I've got some strips from the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper cut out. We are going to be coloring with Coastal Cabana, so I'm using that as our base layer. And then, yeah, let's get this party started. So, stamp our little mousey guy. And I'm just going to set it off to the side. Actually, I'm going to stick him back in the case so I don't lose it. And I'll give it a wash later. Okay, we've got our basic gray. We're going to actually... yeah, we're going to color him gray, but I'm going to do a little bit of pink with his ears as well. I like coloring in circles when I'm doing a full piece like this, and I am going to blend it out with our blender pen. Now normally with this you would stamp in something that is not water soluble. This stamp or this ink is, but the reason that I'm using it is because I want to pull in a little bit of that color too. Actually, we're going to do his tail with a little bit of pink. Melon Mambo. It's a little bit of a bright pink. So I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of coloring with this. A little bit of pink on his belly. A little bit of pink in his ear. And then we're just going to grab the blender pen and, again, circles. Just to blend out those pencil marks that we did. I'm not being too terribly careful with keeping the pink and the black separate. The reason for that is because I want it to look like... oh, I forgot to color his other arm. Not a big deal. We've got enough color on our blender pen that we can easily fix that. Do a little bit on his tail. Color that out a bit. And then for his eye, just to make it a little bit shiny, put a little bit of Wink of Stella. There. Cute as a button. Now when you're picking up color on your blender pen, you do want to make sure that you clean off the tip so that it runs clear, so that the next time you go to use it, you don't have that color on there. Now we're going to just fill in. Okay, this one, I'm just doing a very quick base layer of color, super, super light. I'm not even sure if it's picking it up really well on the camera. And then we're going to go back and we're just going to do a little bit darker. And we're just going to follow the outline of the balloon. And again, not being too terribly fussy. And then I'm just going to do a little tiny bit of a darker color right here where this mark is. So I'm going to do a little darker, I think, here. And then, we'll use our blender pen first, and then we'll go back with the Wink of Stella. Now for this, we're going to use, and we're going to follow the lines of the balloon. And we're going to work from the outside to the inside. You want to be careful that you're not going to get too close to the edge. I might have to go over the lighter portion just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to have to go over it just a little. Tiny little bit darker. There we go. And then we're just going to keep following, do that sort of circular line a little. And then we're going to go over it with our Wink of Stella. Just keep on blending it out. Oops. Now, Wink of Stella is a water-based product as well. So it does a really, really good job. Just clean that up. Of not only adding shimmer and shine to your design. I need a little bit more down here. It's not very bright. It does a really good job of adding shimmer and shine, and also it helps blend that color just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to do it first. And we're just going to keep following the lines. Once you've got your Stella primed, you don't need to prime it again. But if you do notice that not very much is coming out, first of all, check to see how full it is. And second of all, if it is, you can just give it a push where it says push, but not over top of your project. Because if you're a little overzealous in the pushing, then there's a very good chance that you will end up with a splotch. I've done that more than once. So yeah, take my advice, learn from my mistakes. Okay, put this guy off to the side now. We are done our balloon. I'm going to cut this guy down. I'm not sure what size yet, but I am going to have it be just a tiny bit. There we go. Just a little bit close to the edge, but you want to make sure that you see nothing in your cutting guard so that you know for sure that you're not going to hit something as you're cutting. All right, so now we're going to get to the layout. So I've got my card base here. I've got our strips. Now I've got them cut at 1 inch wide by, there's 2 that are 3 inches, 2 that are 4 inches. And we're going to stagger them. So our first one's going to go like this. And we're going to go this way. I love the pattern of this Hues of Happiness paper. The floral is really beautiful, and the non-floral sides are really fun as well. There's this kind of X plus sign, whatever you want to call it, pattern. And then the other pieces in the pack have like a acrylic oil paint kind of a look to them. It's gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to do this guy this way. We should start a game where we count the number of dimensionals that make their way into my crafting when I'm not using dimensionals. I might actually for this project. We'll see. Okay, and then we're going to place this guy. I should have come up a tiny bit with that, but that's okay. Do it like there. Whoops. And then our last strip. And we're going to place it lined up like that. And then this guy is just going to hover over top. We're going to use It's Your Birthday. Are we going to use It's Your Birthday? Maybe not. It doesn't seem to be in the case. So, change it up. Just a quick note to say thanks. You can always use thank you cards as well. So we're going to stamp, oops, helps if you take the paper off the back. We're going to stamp right on top of our Stella and our balloon. Okay, just a quick note to say. Put that back over there. And we'll put the thanks in the balloon as well because it fits. I was going to pop it up on dimensionals, but I think I'm going to just lay it flat with some tape. And there's our thanks. Close our ink pad up. And we're going to add some rhinestone blingy things. And then just kind of hover this guy kind of in the center. We'll add 3 little rhinestones. I think we'll do it top corner, just kind of following the line of the balloon for this one. That seems like a good idea. Oh yeah, I did pick one up. Okay, good. I would be lost without my Take Your Pick tool. I absolutely love this thing. So handy, so helpful. And then we're going to add our tape to the card base. And there you go. Mischievous Mice. Yeah, with a tape dot on my paper today. One of the retiring host items. Now, if you're in Canada and would like to shop with me, please stop over at my store. It's linked down below. You can get the host stamp sets as long as you have enough host rewards to do so. And to start earning host rewards, it's an order of $200 Canadian or more, or you can host a workshop, and I would be happy to help you with that as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and happy crafting.